Right, so this is just a video for all the people who have played the game, but since pretty much like majority of the community that play these games haven't completely finished them. They've gone like night 1, 10 seconds in, nope, fuck this. Pretty much that's what most of the people who play this game done. So if you just want to learn the timeline, just so you know more of the story, just so you're ready for Five Nights at Freddy's 3, then you should probably watch this video. So this image is quite confusing. I got off Reddit, so I'll put the image in the link below. But with the original image, it's actually wrong because they say in the diner there was 4. With you guys see the withered ones on the diner. That's probably wrong. This isn't. This is mostly theory though, so it's nothing. Nothing's confirmed about this. Like everything you're gonna see, but the timeline can't be confirmed until Scott actually puts in the game that the timelines are the ones in the past, which we gotta see. So we can't really say too much about that. Alright, so with the very first timeline which we gotta see is with Freddy and the family diner. This is mostly presumed purely because in a little mini game which we gotta see in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the video game, we gotta see a little mini game which we play as just Freddy. But since this place is just so small, it's just presumed to be a diner with just Freddy in. The timeline is still unknown to this day, so we don't know anything about that. With the second game, we gotta see with Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which is the year 1987. We gotta see the old Freddy, then we gotta see the old. It's basically all the old withered versions. I'm not really too sure where they actually came from, but you know that's pretty interesting. They could actually be in the very first family diner, but we don't know that, so I'm not really gonna put it in the actual timeline just in case. But you know, once again, this is mostly theory. Then we gotta see with the new toy versions as well, which makes it more more child friendly. That's why that they don't show the old withered versions, which you know it makes sense. You want to do a normal Fredbear's Pizza with the animatronics. You want to have some nice child friendly animatronics to put out. Then we gotta do in the very first game we gotta see in 1993 is the old versions, but more, I guess, more advanced. They have more better technology, face recognition. Well, I guess the Freddy Fazbear's has like a better eye recognition, all that stuff. So that's quite, I guess it's a bit confusing if you don't really understand about that, but I don't really want to talk too much about that. So yeah, and with the very newest one which is about to come out is 2017. This, honestly, I think this animatronic was back in the very first game, to be honest. I honestly believe it was some sort of prototype or something like that, which they weren't really fond of, or maybe it was too expensive or something and they had to get rid of it, replace it with a more cheap I should say, than the very first prototype which they made. Or maybe it was unstable, who knows. Maybe it just went on a killing spree because in the very first game Freddy was actually friendly and he didn't kill anyone until he witnessed the deaths. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's pretty much the timeline. Once again, I'll put the Reddit post just so no one says I stole or anything. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.